Hey everybody, welcome back to Michelle Reed's A Lot of Fantasy. So happy Friday everybody. I hope all of you had a great week. I had a great week. Um, I didn't put this in the video because I had pre-recorded it because I had to work the next day and I didn't want to be so tired that I wasn't even going to do the video and all that stuff because I had to be at work the next day about 10:30 and all that. No, it was 11 o'clock. It was, oh man, I've had a long week. So it was Sunday. The library finally sent me the Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. I am currently at, I think, chapter 11 of that book. I really didn't read it much this week. I will actually be doing a full wrap up of the week. I will do the video Sunday and then I will have it available for you to watch Monday. Alright, so this week was today was payday. So I actually had a book that we had there was two people waiting on it, and it was Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. I went ahead and I got that for the Nook. So what I basically did was I wrote down whatever chapter I was on, and then I got the book. I also plan on to get the book, the physical edition of the book, next week. So, when I get paid next week, I'm going to go ahead and order it from Barnes & Noble's website. I'm not ordering it through Amazon. I'm getting away from Amazon as much as I possibly can. So, yeah. So, so it is time for a review. So I am reviewing A Shimmer of Magic by Jane Shane. It's the first book in the Crystal Mage's Trilogy. Okay. Alright, so once again we have another fantasy book that I cannot pronounce the names. it's that's the thing with me, guys, is I read a book, I love the book, or I don't like the book, but one of the things that I don't like about the book, even though I love the book, is the fact I can't pronounce the names. I honestly cannot pronounce the names, and I think this is a throwback to J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote a book that I'm currently reading that has characters that I cannot pronounce less than 5% of the people that are in the book. And I really, really wish authors would stop doing this. You're trying to make these people sound mystical, and I'm sorry. No. So, A Shimmer of Magic, I got this for free from Barnes & Noble. It took me 2 months to read it, even though it is a 41 chapter book. And I don't know if this is because I was still reading primarily on Kindle, or I just did not like this book. I don't know. I really honestly don't know. Do I want to reread it? No, I don't want to reread it. So this is one of the things that I want to say to people. Do not buy a book unless you know 1% sure you're going to enjoy it. This is why there's such a thing as sample chapters. But even with the sample chapters, I still would have known it was a book about a bunch of people that have more problems than I do, that just happens to use magic to try to solve their problems, and they have names that only the gods and their parents could pronounce. So this is about a girl who I cannot pronounce her name. I believe she's a thief. And she happens to have magic, and she is basically brought to these people who have more unpronounceable names, who also have magic. And they all have to, like, you know. And then I don't know if it's her, because I can't pronounce anybody's names, and I don't even know which is which in any of these books. I think one of them becomes queen, almost gets assassinated by, or I might be talking about the wrong series, I don't know. But anyways, it is a romantasy, but it's more plot driven than, like, you know, the other stuff. I will tell you, there is some kissing, there's some touching, but there's not spice. There's no spice, there's no smut in this book. This is a young adult fantasy book, and I will say one of the huge things that it has to go for is the fact they do not put sex in a book that is probably designed for a 16-year-old girl. And when I decided to get this book for free, I did not know it was a young adult fantasy book. I just thought it was a fantasy book. But the fact is, there is no smut and no spice in this book, that it is labeled as young adult. Yeah. So, I am pretty sure there are some hormone-driven 40-some-year-old or 50-some-year-old women who got this book and are upset because the people are not banging each other. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I gave this book 3 stars on Goodreads. It is not a bad book. There is things that happen in this book, but because it took me so long to read the book, despite it being 41 chapters, I'm really not keen or excited about getting the second book. In fact, I have decided that if I do get the second book in the series, it'll probably be in November that I actually get it. Alright. So, for people that want to know, I have picked up on my Nook, Red Rising, the first 2 books of the Murderbot Diaries. And I've also been reading, and I've been taking my time with this book because of what it is. And this is Frank Herbert's Dune. As I said, I have been taking my time with this book. I read probably about, I will say a chapter a day, and basically it's like, this is basically how far I've gotten, and this is how thick the book is. I'm really not in a hurry to finish this book. I do actually have the second book on my Amazon cart, but I am enjoying this book, and at the end of next month, my last paycheck of next month, I am going to be going to Barnes & Noble to pick up the second book in the Dune series. So, hopefully they will have it. I will be double checking the computer, see if they actually have Dune, the second book in the Dune series. But, yeah. So, Sunday I will be uploading a review of The Dragon Prince, I believe it is. I'm about 80% done with that book, so I actually will be reading it, or either finishing it today or tomorrow, and I will do the video, and I will have it uploaded on Sunday, and that will be my fantasy reading for the week. But, yeah, the Shimmer of Magic, as I said, was an okay book, but it would definitely be more attractive to people that are much, much younger than I am. But it doesn't mean I'm going to give up on the series. I will naturally, of course, pick up the second book, but as I said, it'll be like November before I do that. Alright, I will see you guys around until next time. Keep reading those fantastical fantasy books, and I will see you around. Bye.